IVM.
Long, long ago, not in Bethlehem, but in a place nearby, there was a wonderful birth of a huge show, which I like to call Cyrus Says. A show that encapsulates everything in human history, from the first Homo sapien to the last Homo sapien, who's traversed the entire world and then come back to India. This is a show which tells you everything about everything. If you want to know, avoid Google, come to us. It's called Cyrus Says. Get new episodes every Monday and Thursday on the IVM podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from. It's simple as A, B, oh God, what comes after that?
Cyrus Says is brought to you by Setu, your gut.
Hi.
You're
listening
to
IVM
Daily.
Hi and welcome to IVM Daily. My name is Abbas and of course IVM Daily is a show where the IVM staffers talk about what's on their mind and what's happening in the world. And with me in the studio today is Naveen.
Hi.
Swati.
Hello.
And Surbi.
Hey.
So guys, we live in a world which is infested with social media. A lot of us spend a lot of time on social media.
Wow.
So
Infested.
infested guys.
I love
This is
the
a
choice.
sci-fi novel already. Prequel.
So we were having this discussion in the office and we realized how much time we spend on social media. So that begged the question, would we be different people if we weren't exposed to social media? Would you be the person you are today if you had no social media in your life? And that's pretty much what we're going to discuss today. So, Naveen, when did social media come into your life and what role does it play? And do you think you're a different person because of it?
Wow, there's too many questions to answer at the same time.
Let's break down.
I don't know. I mean, social media came to us at the same time with smartphones, right? So I think I remember having a Facebook account in 2009, late 2009, because I was part of this big church group that had gone for like a Goa trip. And everybody's like, I'll tag you on Facebook. I'm like, what the
I'm not on Facebook.
I've known this. So then I immediately after the trip was, I came back home, made an account so they could tag me because that's when the pictures start uploading, right, the next day.
Right.
So I was like, cool, I'm safe. I have somewhere they can tag me. And then I started adding all my family and friends and stuff. Things I still regret. Because as Facebook progressed and as the UI and everything changed, we also changed as people.
That's true.
And it's like, you keep that track of what's happening. So I think I wouldn't have been much different except for the fact that I wouldn't have anything to show it on.
Right.
So right now when the memories hit me on Facebook literally every morning, when you have memories. So I go back in time like, I was this person and at this 3 years ago I was this person. I was putting the status up.
Right.
Such an idiot. So in many ways I found myself to become little more educated, if not so, like in the way I should be talking on social media, like in regards to what I have witnessed, basically for many issues that are subjugated, social media is a great way to highlight those issues, like Syrian crisis or the whole Rohingya crisis. We wouldn't have known about them if we didn't have these tiles showing us what's happening. So I think in many ways benefited from them, but I don't know, I couldn't imagine myself without this thing happening in our life at this point.
Yeah, but I think Abbas, what Naveen was saying, I think there is a hint in there, the basic nature of social media, that it forces you to be a part of something. The way you said that you were not on Facebook and then you were forced to be on Facebook because people said that they're going to tag you in it.
Right.
And you suddenly feel that, I'm not there. So that's the case most of the time with me, that when someone says, I actually, happen to download Instagram in March this year.
March of this year.
This year.
For the first time ever.
Yeah, because someone asked me that, do you have an account? And I said, no. So I was like, and then because there is no organic interest in it, I still don't post anything because I don't have an interest, but I made an account because someone asked me and I felt pressurized that, I don't have an account. I'm not part of a community which is, so mainstream.
Right.
And that's crazy, the spectrum that you are on right now. It's like compared to what's happening on Instagram right now. They just launched IGTV yesterday. Where you can watch like 1 hour of videos and people are just like going around in lifts and in parks and talking to themselves like idiots. That's like in many ways we've reached that weird dystopian future that they were predicting. That would be like, for example, Wall-E. Like we'd be stuck to a screen and not looking at surroundings as much, or like Ready Player One in fact. So that's coming to an extent, like, in terms of Instagram, there's VR accounts now. Like that's how crazy we are going with that stuff. So it's a breath of fresh air when I hear that someone just made an Instagram account.
That's true.
The wonders of the social media is like awaiting Wonka's chocolate factory at this point.
Exactly. I remember when we first downloaded Instagram, I think it was an app only for food pictures.
Yeah.
It was like a
And
kind
cats.
of, and cats.
And
now
later
it's
it became birds and I don't know what not.
everything ever. It's a whole different world now. I'm glad you're on it.
Well, that's what I was coming to from someone who downloaded Instagram this year to someone like you who has a sizable following on Twitter and Instagram, and I think YouTube as well. How do you see social media, and how do you use it, and how do you think it affects you?
I think a lot. I would have been a different person if social media did not exist, because I would save a lot of money, first of all, because I end up doing so much impulsive shopping.
For
Because-
social media?
No, just I look at stuff
okay.
on social media, and
Right.
I would see someone wearing a nice dress, and instantly I would think, oh, I need that. And that happens for a bunch of things. It could be a dress, it could be your new, I don't know, like a shoe. Yeah, shoe, speakers, whatever. I end up doing so much shopping based on what I see on social media.
Right.
So, again, that is where my money goes. So, I would be a different person. I'd be fucking rich.
Rich.
I'd be really rich.
Yeah, so like right now it's so in your face. Like you just saw it on the person's picture and wanted to buy it, right? On Instagram now they can make it so that someone's selling, you can click on the
Click on
picture
it.
once and can go to a marketplace where you can buy it for real.
God.
Yes.
So it's like this. It's like the back alleys have been opened now at this point.
And you're like a slave of, whatever is being given or
Served
sent
to you.
to you
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
targeted
Yeah.
advertising, which you...
I
And
do
that's
believe
a-
like a couple of years ago there was a major change, and I think we'll take a break and then I want to bring
Yeah.
that point up.
Yes, yeah.
So since we are talking about apps, I'd like you to take a look at this particular app that I think will make you slightly smarter than the other apps. It's called Haiku Jam. Do check it out. A lot of people from around the world can collaborate and create haikus on it. And a couple of episodes ago, we were having a conversation on this very podcast about heart diseases. And we talked about this particular topic called Happy Hearts, which we prompted you guys to write haikus about. And we have a couple of haikus with us to share with you. Yes.
Nice.
So the first haiku that's in front of me right now says, "Just love for no reason, and you will find thousands of reasons."
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Could
profound.
be a Boyzone song.
Exactly. This was written by @lovely Gavin Bautista,
That is lovely.
@Shubh0801, and @Ketan. So great guys, you guys gave us a
Bautista.
Boyzone song, not to be confused with the Guardians of the Galaxy Bautista, or maybe yes, I don't know.
These are the haikus I feel.
I feel so too. The second haiku I have is kind of interesting. I'd like to know your take on this. It says, "Be childish, be optimistic, be vegetarian."
Yay!
Like non-vegetarians are not optimistic.
Wah, wah.
This was made by @Niyantas, @Sana, and @Swati.
No, that's not
to
me.
be confused
No,
with our
no,
Swati.
that's not me.
So there you have two examples of haikus. Go check out Haiku Jam and write your own haikus. The trending topic today is, what if Facebook didn't exist? So do check out Haiku Jam, and we'll be right back after this break.
Hello there, my name is Naveen Narona, and as a gay person in India, I get asked a lot of stupid questions.
Beta, is it LGBT or eligibility?
How do two men procreate?
Bro, is Grindr better than Tinder or what?
We answer all these questions and much more on my podcast, Keeping It Queer, where I talk to individuals from the LGBT community in India and learn about their personal stories. Catch all the episodes on the IVM podcast app or any other podcasting app you like. Till then, keep it queer.
Welcome back. We are on IVM Daily, and we are talking about whether we'd be different people if we didn't have social media, or if we weren't exposed to social media. So Swati, you were asking me
Yes.
whether I would be. I think I would be a different person, yes, because I'm a very introverted person. I have social anxiety to talk to people in real life.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I have had some very interesting conversations with people online who I see in real life, and I don't talk to them at all. So that may
Oh,
sound
that's
creepy now in
interesting.
hindsight, but yeah, I'm way more expressive and talkative on social media than I am in real life. So I think social media has helped me a lot to put my feelings and put my expressions out there
Yeah.
than I would in real life.
And that's for real. Like several people who are like, dealing with mental anxiety, dealing with hate crime, with racism or gender bias, like they found help on social media in one way or the other.
Yeah, but don't you think social media also comes with a lot of anonymous hate? Cause
It does.
It does, yes.
The
Actually,
trolling and all.
a YouTube comment section is the best example of that, where people are always fighting and taking out.
it's just
Yeah.
hurtful.
And the kind
sometimes.
of language that they use is really serious sometimes.
It's true, but it's in many ways representation of a life on a digital platform, and like with life, there'll be love and there'll be hate. I guess.
So there's validation and hate at the same time.
Yes, just
And I think
balance it out.
social media has been a very strong platform for careers also. I mean, the new age career, if you see, digital careers, because stand-up is one of those careers, I would say. Like you, Naveen, and Abbas, both of you have a stand-up career, and our new joinee, Surbhi, also is a star on social media.
How does it feel to be the odd one out, Swati? You're the only
I'm
non-stand-up
relieved. I'm relieved.
Yes, you are.
Of course you are.
That's why.
Because I don't have to, not feel this anxiety that,
Right.
oh God, I'm not famous.
Yeah,
That's
keep up
actually-
with the appearances.
Actually, yes, because as comedians or any kind of content creators, you have to live with this thing that you have to continuously
I
keep
know.
putting stuff
Yes.
That's why the point I was trying to make earlier is that a couple of years ago they started verifying people everywhere, and that became a big game changer in terms of like people had pages that were being followed by many people, but that was devoid of that. It was like now if you're a legit person, you can prove yourself to be a real person, and the fact that you can pull a crowd and do social media interaction.
Right.
So these companies were reaching out to them individually, saying that you have to do so much and so much,
Yeah.
and they are earning money from that
Yeah,
definitely because they're running markets and stuff. And at the same time, you have to follow up to that.
Yeah.
So imagine the harrowing experience for that person to just come up and keep up with the social thing. For some people, it's easy. Some people are just dynamic enough to keep doing their own stuff and still get massive traction.
Yeah.
But I think at some point, somebody must be like, dude, what do I do now?
Yeah,
I
now
know.
that it's again a different kind of pressure.
Yeah, I was thinking about this exactly when IGTV launched yesterday. I'm like, now people will make 1 hour videos,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
for Instagram.
For
Oh
Instagram.
my God!
They'll make
Imagine an
specials and
Instagram
TV shows.
special.
Yeah.
And you'll sucker us into watching them because some idiot will come up with some genius idea that will just hook us
Yeah,
onto it.
and we'll be like, all right, like, I guess we have to watch it now.
Yeah.
And make it
And
ourselves.
make it.
And in a certain way, it shapes your creativity also because
Yeah.
medium actually is the message.
Yeah. You think about it in those terms, like
So you can't think about like for a very decent audience or for which kind of audience that you have to present yourself. That defines how you're going to perform.
True.
So, okay, so, quickly, I'll try to wrap this up. So, do you think we're consuming too much social media? Like, for example, I have put off all of my push notifications because at one point I was just getting too much. I don't want to know everybody who's liked or commented or, anything on my status update. So, what about you guys? Do you consciously make a decision to unplug or yourselves?
That's, I think, by turning push notifications off, you're basically saving your battery from draining first of all.
That's very important.
And second of all, you're not like looking at your phone every 2 seconds. So
Right.
it's just there in the corner, you finish your work, and then you know which apps to hit basically to see what's happening or whatever you posted a while ago didn't get any traction for that very reason. Otherwise, you have no need to be on social media. I guess.
Yeah, all the time.
What about you, Subhi?
Yeah, I feel like again push notification, like turning them off is obviously helpful, but it's kind of, I feel like I still do end up using a lot of it, and without realizing, because sometimes it's just like research, which is another word for stalking. I end up spending a lot of time just looking at profiles on Instagram and Twitter, and it also comes in handy because I know I don't have the kind of time to like actually meet a person in real life and get to know them. So yes, it's you guys, it's dual personality social media.
And I'll give the last word to you, Swati. So, as someone who's still not addicted to social media, still
I'm not,
very, how do you how much of your time do you think you dedicate to social media?
I think I don't dedicate time at all, in the sense that if I have to look
No
at
wonder
it,
you're a happy person in life.
if I have to look at something, I do, and then I just close it down. So then I do other things in life because there is so much to do apart from that.
What other stuff? What
Like
is the other
reading, in the
stuff?
sense that
Wow,
you
what
have
is
to read
reading?
a couple of articles. If you're trying to understand something, Abbas knows this, that he always tells me that take it easy. But even if the smallest thing I have to understand, I go to 4 articles before, saying 2 sentences about it. Because
So you're more of a social news person, internet news person. That's its own kind of addiction. So
Yeah.
You're not that different at all.
You're
Swati.
not that different, Swati. We're all the same.
In the same bucket.
yeah, maybe. It's a different form. That's all.
Alright, so that was our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think about social media addiction. How? By reaching out to us on our social media.
Yes.
On our social media handles. We are at IVM Podcast on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You can reach out to us personally as well. My Twitter handle is at Abbas Momin. Naveen,
I'm House of Narona.
Swati
Swati Bakshi 02 on Twitter.
and Surbhi.
You can find me on Twitter at @SmallTalkPolice.
Alright, so we'll see you on another episode of IVM Daily. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.
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 As you can see, we have a podcast listener in his natural habitat. Billions of years of evolution have led him to this point. He's on his way to work, and listening to podcasts makes his miserable day better. He will now head to work and use all his knowledge to communicate with other colleagues and possibly future mates. You can find more of his species on ivmpodcasts.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out all the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.